I'd like to take a minute to discuss a new concept I'm calling the female ledger. Specifically, I'd like to focus on how it relates to boundaries. When a woman hears the word no from a man in her life, she doesn't actually hear the word no. What she hears instead is the word cost. So there is no boundary that a woman cannot cross. It's simply a fee to enter the theme park. So when she enters this space that has been previously labeled forbidden, it simply means that she's going to need to pay a price to make up for the violation. Now, the currency utilized to pay this fee is not going to be financial. Instead, what it will be is something like a sexual favor or cooking a meal that you like. The issue here is that the currency in question requires scarcity. So when you begin a relationship, a woman might cook the meals that you like just to be something that you enjoy. And what ends up happening is once she starts to pay for manipulation via cooking that meal, she's no longer going to do it for no reason. Because she knows that at some point in the future, she's going to want to manipulate you and violate your boundaries again. And that it will be easier to pay for that if you have been lacking, say, that meal that you wanted up until the manipulation occurs. It will have more pull. The issue is that men are very easily able to be aware that this is happening. And so what ends up happening is you start to associate the things that you like from the woman in your life with manipulation. The brain, as a neural net, just automatically forms an identification of this relationship. And once this starts to happen repeatedly, it essentially becomes a one-sided relationship because she is no longer ever giving. Whenever the act of giving occurs, it is actually an action of taking. It is a payment for a manipulation. And it's not that this has never occurred previously in time. It's just that it used to be, so to say, one bad apple. And so you might try a relationship with a woman, she behaves that way, you recognize it's a problem, so you leave. But what feminism did was create this as the idealized behavior that women force upon each other in their dominance hierarchy. Once again, it is a form of behavior that is transferring things that were of value from men to women. It is the female expansion. And so on the ledger of sisterhood, each transaction that occurs like this is like a deposit into a savings account, into the empowerment of women. The end result is that men start seeing the potential of a relationship with a woman as a remapping of the things that they like and enjoy in life as being an association with manipulation. And so the only path forward is to receive negative emotion if you are engaging with a woman. And if you're a right-wing man and you recognize this and you turn on conservative media, what you're going to hear is more reinforcement of the same system, because obviously this is going to decrease the birth rate. And so then it becomes more negative reinforcement that you should be striving to relate the things you view as positive in life with manipulation in order to handle your responsibility and bring the birth rate back, rather than addressing the deeper problems and finding a way to tell women no.